뭐야 찍으려니까 끝났어.
응?
이거랑 같이 보여주려고 하니까 끝났어.
How it works here. There are places like that, but not here. Orca, for example, move 100 miles a day, every day. That means every single trip is a fresh start. I've got information this morning. Something else might have come in.
이거 아니네.
뭐야 이거 아니네. 앞에 거네.
Mom, is that a
wildlife viewing platform, so she's fantastic. Up at the bow is the adventure zone. So up there, if you want to get a new hairdo in the wind, maybe a little bit of salt spray, that's where you go for fun, all right? Back here at the back of the
Okay, it's gonna make you feel worse. You can't see anything outside of you, and if something were to happen, if you were to fall unconscious, you can't get in there to help you. Okay, so please do not go into the bathroom. Best place is the back deck. Also, let your crew know we have ginger candies, ginger ale, anything, dipsticks that we have to help.
어디가?
어?
이 강아지가 이렇게 찍혔어 씨.
고래는 어디에?
딱딱해.
The duration of those things depends on what type of whale it is and what it's doing, but the pattern is the same. It's right on the bottom.
오.
There comes the tail off.
오.
There we go. Now, nothing is 100%, but generally, that tail up dive means it's going down to a long. But keep watching that way. Over distance. Dad jokes are about the only thing I can get away with in this correct world. It's birds and other fish. Now, birds and other fish, unless you're a pelican, for example, they normally get chased one at a time. So the bird comes and chases the fish and we grab them. So if you're on a school of fish, you've got this ball and whirl going. If you can get to the center of the ball, they still have a big mouthful of water, and let's watch this guy. No, not on the bed. But where I'm standing is higher than where you're standing. As you can see, they're terrified by the whale watching boat. He can stay underwater for a half an hour, he can go very fast, yet he come up right next to the boat. I'm not saying he chose to come up next to the boat. I'm suggesting that he could have avoided it and didn't. That's about all I can say from what I'm saying. Could have avoided us and didn't. So you might be thinking, wait a minute, Derek, you said they don't blow water out of the blowhole. It sure looks like they're blowing water out of their blowhole. They're not. there is a little bit of mucus, a little bit of condensation. But what's happening is they have to exchange 90% of their lung capacity. So they start exhaling as they come to the surface. And there's something called surface tension on the water. And the blowhole blasts the air, sucks some of the fluid out and spreads it. That's what's happening there. And then they are refilling their lungs before the blowhole goes under the water. This one's official lighting was Boxing Day 1860. And around here, that's about as old as it gets. People in Europe have got garden sheds. It has its own little set of solar panels, its own battery system. And the bulb is a 12-volt, 20-watt bulb. Not as bright as the average turn signal. But the big Fresnel lens turning around it narrows the beam so you can see it from quite a far distance. Yeah, harbor seal in the water there. So we come around here, we'll check around for more. We're at high tide now, so most of the... And because of all the muscles in their body doing the swimming, they're not as chubby as they look. And they need the fat to help keep their body warm in case the fur's not doing a great job. So they need to eat twice a day. So if we add those three things together, can't climb worth crap, need to air up twice a day, need to feed twice a day, isn't it good for them that we have 2 tide cycles a day? So those animals did not climb to that spot. When the tide was high, they rode right in and maybe climbed a little bit. And then when the tide's down, they can air out. And then when the tide comes in, they can drift off into the water and hunt again. So normally they're in the intertidal zone. The ones you're seeing right now are just a little more energetic for whatever reason they climbed up. But normally at high tide they'd all be in the water. They live here year round up to about 185 pounds, which is 80 kilos. Harbor seal on top there.
저기도 있다.
Several. One of them is a banana.
Yeah.
And the workers here don't eat those. They eat fish,
No, the ones that are here eat these.
Oh, I thought they were fish.
새우밥.
No, the fish eater ones are
해피
gone.
바나나.
Okay, so you got
The mammal eaters. Yeah, see the one doing the banana pose, that's because he's trying to keep as much out of the water when the waves come in as long as he can before he goes in. Now the sea lions are migratory. They have a season to be here and a season not to be here. We will occasionally get random ones that stay the year, but generally they're migratory. So by November, there will be fish, not true seals. They've got powerful big front flippers. They can rotate the rear ones under them. They can climb up that rock face. And they can run. Smaller, because they're only 800 pounds. The weight of a grizzly bear. And they can run even faster. Now, when there's 1,500 animals here, the Californians tend to prefer this point here. Has anybody ever seen a California sea lion? Yes. And they bark.
Yeah.
So in addition to the seals and the sea lions, we get an elephant seal. They come here in the winter to
저기도
have their
한 마리, 저기
baby.
더 있다.
If there's a big male they breed, then they do a catastrophic molt. So they're normally here 2 or 3 months in the winter. Now, in addition to all of that, the fresh water for the whole facility is generated from salt water. The generator and all of those things have to be maintained. The desalinator has to be maintained. All the other scientific equipment has to be maintained.
For anyone that's familiar with the area, this is all Vancouver Island. That patch of beige that you can see is Royal Bay. And then off to the left is Machosen and then eventually Easton Park. Straight in front of us here is Esquimalt, and then that's Victoria with all the buildings. Machosen is over this way. Yeah.
아, 보인다.
I love how they leave the flat spot of water.
Yeah, so
동그랗게 남아있는 데가
that
고래가
little patch
나왔던
of water that we see where it just went down, it's called a whale footprint.
우와.
It's over there it is.
있어, 어딨어. 카메라가 안 보여. 못 찍고 있어.
우리가 같이 도니까는 어디로 가는지 모르겠어.
우와. 어머. 우와.
Oh, right over here, under the water.
Thank you so much.
There he goes, there he goes.
우와. 우와, 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 우와.